Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Today's video is dedicated to pros and cons of living in a house in Calgary. So we're going to cover just this topic. Let's start off the pros, guys. First of all, I want to say I'm in the Lakeview, and you can see there's a triple car garage house in Calgary that you can probably get for $300,000. I'm just joking, guys. No, it's way more than that. It's in millions in this community. But we do have expensive and beautiful houses in Calgary. So first pro is, of course, guys, the space. If you look at this house, look, and even in general one, this is a more of a luxury estate for, and I know a lot of you watching this channel, let's say middle class Canadian, would be looking for something more affordable than this, but in general idea is the same thing, guys, is you have way more space. This house is gigantic. I mean, it's awesome. So you have all the space for a bigger family, to have your in-laws visiting, to have kids growing up. So first pro is, of course, that comes with the space of an ownership of this house. The second part, I think more important for me, guys, as somebody who likes to make videos for you and publish on YouTube, is privacy. You know, I don't like people encroaching into my privacy. I hate when there is a neighbor walking over your head. Like, guys, when I used to live back home in Ukraine, more than a decade now I've been in Canada, and guess what? There was a lady who was pacing at night. At midnight, she would just start walking. And I don't know why she would do it, but she keeps on walking for no reason. And this was so frustrating to me. And it's like, you know, you literally hear everything, so there's no privacy, guys. And I know you might have experienced somebody is having a party upstairs, and yeah, it's really frustrating. So main thing what I love about the houses is privacy. Unlike townhouses, for example, where the walls are attached, you might have neighbors on both sides, so you don't have neighbor on either side. I mean, you do have, but you have a space between this house and that house. So there is a space, at least a little bit more privacy. If you have a fence, like these homes, they don't have a neighbor on the other side. That's why they're so expensive. And they're really close to a park. And this is an awesome location, guys. I can give you more information about this community and what the price is here. But you really, that gives you an extra edge. For me, I like to shoot videos in the backyard for YouTube. And I like the fact that I don't have neighbors staring at me. If it was a townhouse, for example, or even a duplex. On a duplex, you get neighbors on one side, another side, two families living in the property. But in a house, it's all yours. Now, of course, guys, what I like about house as well is independence and customization. So look at this home. You see, guys, it's yellowish in color and brick, and this is under-renovated. It doesn't mean it's cheap, okay? People are, oh, it's cheap, the community is expensive. Okay, but let's walk to the neighbor's house, and I want to show you what you cannot do in your condo, what you cannot do in your townhouse. Most of the time, if it's a condo, condo fees are there. And if you have a townhouse, a duplex, there is a party wall agreement, so there's also some limitations to what you can do. But once you're done with that house, it can look like this. You know, like I'm pretty sure they just built a new house on top of what was there. Guys, I see a customization, so you can literally change it and totally increase the value of the property. You don't have to ask your condo board's permission to do that. You could have had an old property like that, and you're like, you don't like that design. You went to a builder, got this design, build this property for yourself, and see there's a full glass and everything. The other property you're going to see it's full of like nice tiles and stone and guys, so you have way more customization. It can increase the value of your property, and you know, more importantly, guys, more freedom, and I would say stability. I honestly started to feel like myself way more. That's one of the reasons, guys, I don't want to move to Vancouver or Toronto, because with all my real estate that I have, I can probably have a really good condo in one of those cities, guys, or maybe a townhouse. But in Calgary, you can still afford to have your own place to raise your own family, and that's what I love about it. Now, so it can also be independence, but it's also going to be an investment. So I told you that you can have that older property look like one of these ones, and it's an investment. You are holding the value of land. For where I am right now, the value of land is insanely expensive. It's not the property only that you're buying, but it's also the value of land. So you are also, it tends to appreciate over time. And the closer you are to downtown or some major, good locations, It's an investment. And the customizations, you customize your home to look like that. That's freaking like a castle. It's pretty beautiful, guys. So you increase the value of your home. You purchase something like that on that property over there, or there is another one, older one. This one is updated. For example, you purchased something like that, and then you just did minor renovation and became a little bit closer to that. And next thing you know, your value of the property went up. So it is an investment, and it's not a condo. So more people would prefer buying a home, and the homes tend to be more expensive than the townhouses, and you have a full ownership of that. So yes, that's another con. Then of course, stability, guys. You know what happened to me, right? My wife Nito, she's right now, by the way, guys, I'm a realtor with eXp Realty, and my wife is a mortgage broker with DLC Clear Trust Mortgages. She's originally from Mumbai, guys. So anyways, you can reach out to her about mortgages, but she wanted stability. When we purchased our second property, now we have a third one. So when we purchased our second property, we used to live in a condo. And well, guess what? We had a baby coming, and Nito was like, "We need to have a home. We need to have a home for us to have a baby." So it gives a sense of stability and ownership like that, more established. Now, guys, okay, enough of positive things. Let's talk negative. Let's talk bad things. First thing is, guys, is of course, maintenance. Okay, you see where I'm walking right now? Sidewalk, snow. You have to shovel that. The city is not going to do that for you, and if they do that, they'll give you a fine. So maintenance. Okay, guys, you have to clean this. Look at this house. Look how much glass it has. To keep this stuff clean, I'm sure these guys they have a cleaner coming in and doing it professionally. I'm sure the owners are not going to be probably doing it themselves. They don't have to in this location, in this community. But people are like, what's the difference between 2,600 square feet and 1,000 square feet houses? A lot of cleaning, especially if you're a senior citizen, if like you're more retirement, you don't have kids, more things to clean, to maintain. And of course, higher cost, guys. Well, I don't want to be talking about property taxes in this location. In Calgary, property taxes are generally lower than most other places I know in Canada. But anyways, you pay property taxes, guys, even though you don't pay condo fees, so you save money there. But it costs higher to maintain a home. You cannot just, for example, guys, I'll talk about flexibility in a moment. I'll cover that, but it's more expensive. You have to pay your own utilities, all the renovations. You have to change a roof, for example. Condo board is not going to cover for that because you don't have a condo board. So it is more expensive, and you have, basically, guys, yeah, it's more costly to maintain the house. And then there is also flexibility. So I went to vacation to India for 2.5 months, almost 3 months last year, and I have a house. You have to hire somebody to come and clean your snow, somebody to come and look after your house, because insurance is not going to cover it if nobody is doing that. You have an insurance, so again, the higher cost, because you have to pay not only the tenant's insurance, condo board, there's no condo board, so insurance costs are higher, utility costs are higher. So you have less flexibility to just leave your home. If you have a condo and apartment, you just shut it down, go to vacation, come back, it's still there. And you don't need somebody to come and look after it. It's still there. Condo board will manage it. Just switch off the water, turn off the lights, lock the door, and go. And more secure like that. And also, guys, responsibility. Having such a house is a huge responsibility. Now you're responsible to maintaining the sidewalk, paying the property taxes. Well, you pay property taxes anyhow. You have to fix the roof. You have to, all the expenses. You cannot just leave the home, like I said, and just go off somewhere and abandon it. Maybe in the summer, but that too, you don't want to do that because you don't want people to start squatting in your house or something like that. Somebody to move in or seriously. So it's a bigger responsibility, bigger mortgage, bigger financial burden, more places to manage. You have to have some savings in case something goes bad. If furnace breaks down, you have to fix that from your own pocket. And guys, finally, the cons can be a space of the property. Like I say, it was difficult for me to find all the cons. Oh, this is black ice here on the sidewalk. Be careful walking here. You don't see it, but it's there. So another part, guys, is, by the way, guys, I wanted to show you something. So for example, if you are walking like me on a sidewalk, I mean, these guys are poor guys. You see the water is getting, snow is melting from the road, goes on their sidewalk. I bet you it freezes overnight, and they're chopping ice over there, so they have to do it like every day. And if it freezes at night, usually it's cold in Calgary at night, this stuff freezes. So more hassle, more cleaning, more space, more, it can be a con. Like if you don't have kids, you are not planning to have kids, and you don't want to be spending so much of time on cleaning the property, maintaining and all of these things, then it can be, the space can be a negative thing for you. For me, guys, I have, for example, a growing family, I have 2 kids, and space is good. But I still have a property. In my previous one was 1350 square feet. This one is 1250 square feet. So I'm just saying, guys, for me, it's enough. And I'm renting out my basement. For me, house is a mortgage payer and an investment and a place to live. I have enough properties that generate enough revenue to cover all of my expenses, mortgage payments and things like that. And I can live mortgage free while having 3 mortgages, let's say. Right now, that's what I have. But anyways, that's a trick on how to do it in Canada. Having a bunch of investment property comes with the risk and the responsibility of being an investor. But I just gotta tell you guys, that's how things work in Canada, and it works for me, but it might not work for everyone. So you have to see for yourself and decide what you want to do. Whether you want to buy a home, house to live in Calgary, or buy a townhouse or a condo. And I'll make videos to cover those things for you. See you guys in the next video. All the best. Don't forget to subscribe. My contacts are below in the description of this video. Bye for now.